Imagine this: a 19-year-old girl, dragged screaming from a burning village in Gaul. Her name is already slipping away, even as the smoke still rises. In less than 48 hours, Rome will erase every single trace of who she once was, and turn her into something the polished history books still refuse to print in full. What you are about to hear has never been allowed in your school textbooks. It was deliberately scraped off papyrus, chiseled out of inscriptions, and buried under 2,000 years of marble propaganda by the emperors themselves. But the stones still whisper. The graffiti on brothel walls still screams. The bones under Rome still rattle when the night wind blows through the catacombs. And tonight, we are finally going to listen. 58 BC, late autumn, northern Gaul. The morning after Julius Caesar's 8th and 10th legions have marched through like a bronze hurricane. The village of the Aduatuci is nothing but blackened beams and screaming echoes now. Among the survivors chained in the ash stands Vercassi, daughter of the chieftain Vercassivelis, 19 winters old. Hair the color of fresh spilled blood. She is still clutching the hand of her 8-year-old brother, until the iron head of a Roman pilum punches through his chest and pins him to the earth like an insect. She does not scream then. The scream is still trapped inside her throat, waiting for a lifetime of nights to come out. This precise moment, this single heartbeat, is the moment every conquered woman in the path of Rome feared more than instant death, because death was mercifully quick. What came next lasted a lifetime, and sometimes even longer than that. They called it the chain, not a metaphor. Cold, literal iron. A long iron rod with rings welded every 2 feet. Neck shackles clamped shut with a hammer that never missed. 50 women linked neck to neck, ankle to ankle. The first mile tears the skin from their ankles. The 10th mile tears the hope from their hearts. Roman soldiers ride alongside on horseback, laughing, placing bets on who will fall first. But the soldiers are not the greatest danger on that endless road south. The real terror walks behind the column in soft leather shoes. The Lannistae, professional slave dealers who follow every conquering army the way vultures follow dying cattle. They carry soft measuring ropes, bronze dental specula, small portable braziers where branding irons never cool. They walk slowly, examining teeth, hips, breasts, eyes. You can hear them practicing their auction chant under their breath, over and over, like a funeral hymn. Virgo intacta? Good. Dentition perfect? Excellent. Hips wide, good breeder? Triple price. Eyes bright, skin unblemished? Some rich domina will pay a talent just to own the jealousy of her friends. Close your eyes. Listen harder. You can still hear that chant echoing down 20 centuries. We found the proof in 1987. A diver off the island of Delos, once the Wall Street of the ancient slave trade, pulled up a lead-sealed cedar box from the harbor silt. Inside, hundreds of wax tablets perfectly preserved. One tablet, inventory number D417, lists 400 newly imported barbarian females captured in the Gallic campaign of the divine Julius. Next to every woman's name, age, tribe, physical description, price in denarii, and one single Latin word written in crimson ink. You are not ready for that word yet. You will meet it later when the darkness feels safe enough to say it out loud. Rome, 57 BC, the Esquiline Gate at dusk. The column staggers in under torchlight. The women have walked 600 miles. Many are barefoot now. The leather soles wore through weeks ago. They are driven down a stone ramp that spirals into the earth. The Esquiline slave pens, underground. No sunlight has ever touched these walls. The air tastes of rust and terror. First, they are stripped. Every stitch of tribal clothing is torn away and burned. Then the heads are shaved, lice, you understand. Then the bodies are scrubbed with caustic soda until the skin burns. Then the oiling olive oil mixed with expensive perfumes, because tomorrow the buyers come. And then comes the moment every woman in that pit dreads more than the branding iron itself. The Lanista's presentation. He walks the rows slowly, like a sculptor inspecting marble. Pinches a breast here. Slides a hand between thighs there. Forces mouths open with 2 iron hooks to count teeth. And when he finds the one he wants, the one who will bring the highest price, he leans in close, lips almost touching her ear, and whispers her future in a language she does not yet understand. But the tone is universal. She understands the tone perfectly. History has always offered you 3 tidy little categories for female slaves in Rome. Domestica, the house slave who grinds grain and scrubs floors. Ancilla, the personal maid who dresses her mistress's hair and absorbs her morning rage. Textrix, the weaver who spends her life in the Gyneceum making purple cloth for senators' wives. They lied to you. There was always a 4th path. The path no marble inscription ever dared to name openly. The path that generated more hard cash for the Roman treasury than all the gold mines of Spain combined. The path that began with 2 letters burned deep into the forehead with a red-hot iron, so no one could ever mistake her purpose. LV Lupaner Venalicia, state-licensed, tax-registered prostitute. Property of the Roman people. Pompeii froze that path in volcanic ash on the 24th of August, 79 AD. We walk those corridors today as tourists, cameras flashing, children laughing. But stop. Look closer. The brothel is still there, perfectly preserved. 19 tiny cells, 2 meters by 2 meters, a raised stone bed in each. 1 straw-filled mattress so thin you can feel the stone through it. Above every door, explicit frescoes advertising exactly what was for sale inside. And on the walls scratched with hairpins, with nails, with the broken tips of despair graffiti written by the women themselves. Futura fellatrix sum, I futura, am the future cocksucker. She signed it with a trembling hand the day they branded her. Another wall, die 15 calendas Augustas, ego atis hic lacrimavi. On the 10th day before the calends of August, I atis cried here, another, valiat qui legit, ego eam non valio. Good health to the one who reads this. I no longer have any. You think the public brothels were the worst fate? They were the lucky ones. The truly beautiful, the truly young, the truly unbroken simply disappeared. Swallowed whole by the palaces on the Palatine Hill. Caligula kept an entire wing of red-haired Gallic girls. He called them his living rubies. Nero sent agents all the way to Britain demanding girls with skin like fresh milk and hair like midnight. We have the imperial receipts, purple wax, eagle seal, still perfectly intact in a villa archive near Herculaneum. After 10 years, 1520, the body finally gives out, the womb tears. The diseases come, the mind fractures. Then comes what the Romans loved to call the final mercy. A quiet transfer to a peaceful farm in Campania, they told the public. A little vineyard, a gentle old age spinning wool. The truth? Mass graves outside the Servian Wall, excavated in 2019 and quickly reburied when the press asked too many questions. Layer after layer of female skeletons, every single one under 35 years old. Every single pelvis shattered from chronic sexual trauma. No grave goods, no names. Just a thin layer of quicklime and silence. They burned the records. They murdered the poets who tried to write the truth. They built temples on top of the bones and told us Rome was marble and light and civilization. But beneath every temple, beneath every aqueduct, beneath every golden eagle standard, were millions of women whose systematic rape paid for it all. The next time you stand in the Roman Forum at twilight, close your eyes. Feel the stones under your feet. Listen very, very carefully. 2,000 years later, they are still screaming. And the most terrifying part? Most of them never even had a name that survived. History is not what happened. History is only what they decided you were allowed to know.